Hi, it's Bridget, the Purple Medium. I'm recording this video on Tuesday, the 8th of May, 2018. It is about 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And the content that you're going to experience or receive in this particular video is, I'm going to share a little bit about how interesting it is, how things unfold, and how I begin to channel. Like, how do I get the idea of, oh, Prince needs to talk to me, or oh, Michael Jackson wants to talk to me, or Lady Diana, or whoever it is, right? Because you know that, and I've shared this, I've been really open since I've been doing channeling work with Prince in the afterlife, that you know that I've also channeled other famous people, or I like to say famous former people, because they're a spirit in the afterlife. And so I haven't shared a lot of that other stuff that I've done over the past, 8 months now, I think it's been. But I'd like to do that at some point. And so I've been looking at ways to do that that would be helpful to you. Because if I'm going to share some channeled content or information, it's got to have meaning for you. It's got to be a reason. It can't just be entertainment value. I am not TMZ, I'm TPM, the Purple Medium, right? And if you're watching this, you might also be watching on Fairy Grasshopper, which is my YouTube channel. And Fairy Grasshopper actually means magical student. It was created originally when I decided to do a business as a medium, a psychic, and an empowerment coach to be able to let the psychic, spiritual, intuitive, afterlife stuff and real life intuitive stuff, how to make it so it's not so scary and weird, you know, because it's like, I'm a soccer mom and I'm like an educated person that's had a professional career and all that jazz. So I'm not like a loony bin crazy lady, you know, back in the 1970s when they thought everybody was crazy if you talked to dead people or something. And maybe people think that now, I don't know. But I don't. And I don't want you to think that either, because you can connect with your loved ones, even if they're not people anymore, even if they're in spirit, because you have a spirit and a soul too, and that's how you communicate. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so I want you to be able to do that. I don't want you to think you have to pay a psychic to get a reading, to know your future. I mean, that's kind of boring, to be honest with you. I mean, come on. It's co-creative. It's a project, you know? It's not like a set in stone science and formula like math. I mean, who likes that anyway? Not me, not my thing. But you can connect, you can co-create, you can do all that. That's you can totally do it. Now, sometimes you might need help. That's why you get a life coach, or you talk to a medium or a psychic to help you do that. But I just want you to know that DIY, you can totally do this for yourself. So today I need to share with you, this is so cool. So this is how things happen. This is how the synchronicity and energy just lines up. So I had been yesterday I was looking into YouTube and considering, well, should I add another channel? How should I share this stuff? Because I have lots of other former people that I've channeled that are well known that would be interesting to share with you. And if you were fans, or just, there's so much we can learn from others, and I want to be able to share that. And I'm like, how do I share that? You know, because I primarily do a lot of Prince channeling, but now it's opening up to so many other people. In the last 8 months, it has a lot. And I want to be able to share that. So I was doing some research on YouTube yesterday to learn about how do you build a YouTube channel from scratch, because the one that I have was just created so that I could send it to my email list. This one that you're watching now, I just created it so I could share it on Facebook. You know, I didn't create it to be its own thing. And you can utilize YouTube platforms for its own thing to distribute the information to people. So I thought, well, how do I do this? How can I do this? You know, in a way that's going to help people, but also it's not going to just take over all my time or what have you. Or if it is an investment of time, then how am I going to get the benefits of that to balance things out, you know? And so like I was researching like monetization and all that, and I don't want to add some of my stuff. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't know. But because of that, so I'm on my computer and working at my desk, doing some other stuff, and my phone is playing some of my YouTube stuff that I'm listening to information, right? And then on there, I listened to one of my positive inputs for the day, and just something like an inspiring, talk. And then the next thing on my list was this Michael Jackson thing. And I was like, what? I must have clicked on something or been on a different video that somehow was related to something. You know how that is, you watch something and then here's what we recommend for you. I'm like, what? But it seemed kind of out of place. So I thought, I'm going to pay attention to this. So I pushed the little button, and it was this guy in California who was at the, I think it's Roselawn Cemetery, where all the famous people are, in Glendale. And he was going there to show us where Michael Jackson's grave is. And so I thought, oh, this is interesting. And I'm not like a big, I watch other stuff. I don't do that. Like, that's not really me. So if I'm drawn into something, because I like to keep the channel pure, the less like bombarded I am with outside information and what other people think and their opinions, the more pure my channel is, which means I'm not taking in something that you said and making it my own. I'm very in touch with what's mine. I have to be, because I'm also channeling some other energy. So I have to really know. So I don't need all your extra stuff, And so I don't usually I wasn't searching for some, that's what I'm trying to say. So I just pushed the button and I'm like, okay, let's see what this is. And it was interesting. And right away, one of the first things he said was, some people think cemeteries are creepy or weird, but I think they're beautiful. And I was like, ding, ding, ding. When I grew up, I would go up north to my great-grandparents' home up in northern Minnesota. And my great-grandpa was the caretaker of the cemetery. He did all the lawn mowing. And I was in 3rd and 4th grade, I remember specifically, running across the backyard over the next block to the cemetery and playing in the cemetery. And I used to always ask, can I go play with Grandpa's trophies? I thought the cemetery was beautiful. I thought, it's like a park. It's so peaceful. There's flowers. There's these cool, huge monument stones and sculptures. And I just thought it was the most beautiful thing. And so when the gentleman that was filming said that, I thought, yeah, okay, so I can watch this. This is cool. This is fine with me. So I watched it, and he talked about where Michael Jackson was, and showed, couldn't show that, he couldn't get inside the mausoleum because it's like really heavy security and stuff, and you can't do that out of respect. He was so good too, because he was like, hey, I'm not going to go in there and be all, hey, I'm going to sneak in, because that's not appropriate. But so he inserted some other photos from other people who have been able to be in there, and very respectful stuff he shared. And then he showed like the layout of the memorial service for Michael Jackson, and where he's standing on the parking lot, and he's showing where, the chairs were lined up, and the green carpet underneath, the fancy stuff, And so he's showing that, and he kind of inserted that as he was standing there, and I was like, whoa. And as soon as that, the white chairs, saw those white chairs, Michael Jackson stands right in the entryway of my little office space, my little nook with my desk. And he says, yep. Yes, that's how it was. And I'm like, okay, so you want to talk? Because with Michael Jackson, if you watch my other videos, or if you followed my work over the past couple of years, Prince has been, he kind of acts almost like a big brother or a protector for me when I do channel other spirits energy. And it's great. Like, I didn't necessarily ask for that, but it's part of the partnership, I guess, that, he gives to me, and I really do appreciate that. But when Michael Jackson shows up to try to talk to me, Prince is kind of protective, because Michael Jackson's energy has been very heavy. It's really sad, and I'm sorry, because he's sitting right here now. I'm in my kitchen, at my kitchen table, on his chair. There's a chair across, and I did invite him in. I said, yeah, we can talk. And so, yeah, we'll do that. We have talked over the past 8 months, probably 3 times. I've recorded them on audio because I wasn't sure if I was going to share them or not. And a lot of it felt very private, personal, like healing, like he's going through healing. And like I'm his counselor, which sounds really weird, like I'm a death coach or something, I don't know, to help him transition more fully into the afterlife. Because although he's been gone for quite some time, I want to say 5 years, 6 years, I can't remember. Did you die in 2008? 2008 feels right to me, but I don't know for sure. It might not be 2008 or 9, 8 or 9, something. Anyway, I don't remember. My brain doesn't work great when I have a lot of spiritual energy. That sounds bad, but it's true. I'm much, Yeah, I got to keep the ego mind aside if I can and not interrupt. But okay, so now they're both talking to me. So Prince is here on my left side over in the corner, kind of between where my kitchen goes into my living room, just to kind of make sure things are okay with Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson's across from me. And he's kind of sitting like this, hands in his lap, and he seems more pleasant. You do seem pleasant. He says, I've been talking a lot. I've been connecting a lot. So he must be coming through and sharing. And I'm trying to remember. On my Facebook group, I have a private Facebook group that I manage for Prince fans mostly. It's mostly Prince fans, but anybody's welcome to be in there. And I mean, you don't have to be a Prince fan to be in there, is what I'm saying. And somebody posted about Michael Jackson. I think there was a celebrity medium, somebody. Who's the young man? There's a younger man who does channeling. Tyler Henry, is that right? Tyler Henry, who I know has talked to you recently. I know that, and he says yes for my sister. He says yep, yes. But others, he said there's been others too. I'm like, okay, all right. And so he's been doing a lot of talking, which is part of the healing process, to make amends with the people who are here and to give them some peace as well. But I have been very clear, and I've shared this before. I don't know if I've shared it with you guys on video or if I've just shared it in my in-person retreats, but